Okay, I think it should be working now. Oh my gosh, that was horrendous. I'm so sorry, everyone. I got started in a bit here. I think I need like a new computer or something. I don't know. But yeah, actually, I have no clue, bro. Because I got the MacBook, and that also gives me a lot of technical difficulties. So I guess it's just streaming. I don't know. That was very frustrating though. At least this time, I didn't have to deal with parallels. All right, so good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. So, because the weekly outlook, I wasn't able to do that in the Discord. I'm just gonna do it here. Just making sure. Can you guys all hear me fine? See my screen fine? Is it everything working? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Okay, so just starting with the weekly outlook once again, I'm looking at bonds here, and we have a daily SMT here, 4-hour SMT. So we've been looking for lower prices since the start of October, pretty much. And so from here, we've been looking for these lows right here as low resistance liquidity. And because the bonds are going lower, I would expect the other markets such as forex, index futures, crude oils, and to go lower. So now moving on to the forex market. Right here on the daily chart, I'm paying attention to this inversion fair value gap on the daily chart because we have this market maker buy model. And for those that might not remember, it's because we had this SMT on the low here. And we also have this bigger SMT over here. So we had this SMT and we had this SMT. And so that's why we started looking for higher prices, because we had the stacked SMTs that are time based, and we also are now displacing higher. So I'm looking for continued higher prices. I would like to see forex ultimately draw into these trendline liquidity, so ultimately probably these highs right here, September highs. Yeah. And so right now I'm just really paying attention to the dollar, how it wants to respond to this inversion gap with a fair value gap within it right here. And so if we're able to respect this, continue pushing higher, then you know what to look for on EUGU. You were to look for lower prices overall. And that's what I would be looking for. And as always, use the lower, if you are trading Forex, use the lower time frame cycles to kind of navigate your intraday bias. But that's just my long-term bias as of right now. If this daily fair value gap ends up being inverted here on the dollar, then I would expect the dollar to create some sort of retracement. But once again, it really depends on this body closure, right? So if we're able to trade all the way back down here, close, and then look for a retracement, some sort of market maker buy with the SMT on the lows, then that's what we're going to be looking for. As of right now, though, I would just want to see some higher prices ultimately into this high right here, as this is the distribution high right here. Then you have your original consolidation up there. Moving on to index futures. Screen fine, but for me, you could be louder. Am I really quiet for you guys, or? Perfect. Okay. All right. So for index futures, as of right now, I still have this. I can still see this bearish bias as of right now because we have this massive 4-hour fair value gap. We filled it last week and we started chopping around within it. Um, The only thing that is making me uncertain about this narrative as of right now is we have this accumulation, we have original consolidation down here, or smart money reversal, right? The only thing that's making me uncertain as of right now is the lack of clarity on the lower time frame cycles. So right here on the lower time frame, if we drop down to the 1 hour chart, for example, there's a lot of back and forth price action. And as of right now, I would expect choppy price action throughout this week as well, because if you're looking at the economic news calendar, we don't have USD news for pretty much the entire week except for Thursday. So that's the only thing that we have going for us. Right now, I'm aware that we do have a 4 hour SMT on the highs right here, right? With previous week high, we do have a 4 hour SMT. And so we're gonna see, for me personally, my game plan going to today is, or this week overall, is seeing if we can get a manipulation on the highs to confirm that 4 hour SMT, and then ultimately my drawn liquidity would be previous week low if that's the case. And the reason why I think previous week low will also be a very nice drawn liquidity is because last week on ES we created perfect equal lows down here. So these lows are for sure going to be revisited sooner or later. So I have my eyes on that for sure. But yeah, as of right now, I would just say the 4 hour SMT is what I'm looking at on the highs of the index futures. And we also have a 1 hour SMT on the lows that's opposing that. So I want to see that 1 hour, if it's able to push price higher and invalidate this 4 hour, then I'll continue my bullish bias. If not, then I want to see if this 4 hour SMT on the highs is able to be confirmed and then look for lower prices. And as of right now, I think it is, if we can take out London highs right here. So if YM creates an SMT with London high, then we can look for lower prices this morning. Moving on to your cryptocurrencies, I'm looking at this daily SMT to 4 hour SMT that's giving us this bullish bias as of right now. I would like to see all-time highs be run out, and then after that, after elections, possibly we could see maybe lower prices from there. So that's my expectation as of right now for cryptocurrency. Not much to really do, in my opinion, in cryptocurrency because it's already pretty much gone. Unless you're already in the long, I don't think there's anything for you to really do here. Moving on to the oils, still expecting lower prices. We've been expecting lower prices since April pretty much. This is the weekly chart, so we've just been very bearish here. Ultimately looking for these lows, and if we can create opposing SMT, then I'll continue looking for longs. For your metals, gold, silver, copper, still looking for higher prices as of right now. Nothing's making me super bearish, right? And this was called from last week's bias, right? Because we have this 4 hour SMT here, we're looking for higher prices, and that's exactly what we got. So yeah, everything looks pretty good in terms of metals as well. So that's pretty much going to conclude my weekly outlook for you guys. I think that index futures is definitely in a weird spot right now. But every other market looks pretty good as of right now. It's just really index futures that is a little difficult to read in my opinion. But as always, we're going to be using our SMTs to kind of navigate the chop, right? So we'll see if this SMT on the highs with previous week high wants to get confirmed, or if this lower time frame continues to invalidate that SMT. But as of right now, because we have those opposing SMTs, I'm not extremely interested in, you know, just jumping the gun, you know what I'm saying, and just pulling the trigger on uncertain markets, or at least for my model, it's uncertain right now. I do see these highs up here. Once again, this is going to be your London high. I want to see if we can get an SMT with London high, and then from there we can maybe look for shorts, because that would confirm our 4 hours. So that is my game plan for today. Any questions? Type 1 if that's clear. Type your questions if you have any questions. A 15-minute SM2 would confirm. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for as of right now. I do want to see if we respect some sort of higher time frame PD array though. So it's like, for example, right now we're trading into this 4-hour fair value gap. I would want to see a 15-minute SMT with one of the other markets, for example, and then I'll refer to this 4-hour fair value gap to look for lower prices if that was the case. As of now, we have only hidden SMT. Yeah, we only have hidden. We don't have 1-hour SMT unless you're looking at the one on the low. So there's 1-hour hidden SMT down here. There's 4-hour hidden SMT up there. So this one right here, I'm gonna have to really annotate. It's a very small one, so it just closed right below. Right, look for higher prices from there. Could you please use SMT on your USD? I'll do it in a little bit. Why do you sometimes draw SMT lines to wicks and sometimes to candle bodies? Ali, if you go into the WAP material, I explain it there. There's a lecture called Types of SMT, so you can watch it there, and then I explain everything about why I use specific SMTs sometimes. It's like a 5-minute video, so you could literally watch it now if you wanted to. NQ taking London high. Do you take previous day high, low? Yeah, 1800 to 1800. Yeah. Quick question: which open is more important, 7:30 or 8:30? Just 30. Yeah, I think 7:30 is better. The true session open. Yeah, possible 15-minute SMT on the high, but once again, you need to take into account how it's being created, right? So if you want to use a 15-minute SMT, you got to pay attention to your higher time frame. So SMT on USD. I haven't really looked at intraday, but the SMTs would be on your highs here. And then I'll let you pretty much have the bias, right? I give your SMTs up here like that. From there, I just give you the bias for this market maker buy, right? And then you can go on to the lower time frames and look for your models, whichever models you guys trade. Yeah, true session opens at 7:30 a.m. for New York AM session. For those that are wondering about the private community, just a quick announcement is I've temporarily closed the private community off to new members due to some bad actors. So yeah, no one new is able to join as of right now. I did not catch the long. And I think I'll think of a plan of action, but I'll update you guys as we make decisions about what to do with the private community, because you know it is just it is what it is. I don't think we can identify the bad actors, so I'm just gonna give it some time for them to kind of get weeded out, and then I'll think about it. I don't know. Makes me low key not want to teach, but I'm still here, guys. I got you guys. What's my current bias? I don't have a bias right now. I'll be honest with you. I was bearish initially, like last night when the market opened. I took a look at the market. I put in a short, and then this morning I honestly I couldn't even tell you if I had a bias or not, because we had a 1 hour SMT on the low, 4 hour SMT on the high. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to be patient here and let price create some better structure in terms of price action here, because we're inside of a higher time frame consolidation right here, and I really want to see us create something that's like painfully obvious to me. I'm pretty sure you guys should still be able to renew your subscriptions if you're already a part of the community. If not, then let me know, and then we'll figure it out. Do you believe that Enigma exists? I think that surely somewhere out there, yeah, but are we gonna get access to it? Probably not. So, is there a point to even trying to figure it out? Not really. I think that the real enigma, quote unquote, for retail traders like us is just psychology, just understanding that we can't. There is no way to like know for certain something's gonna happen, in my opinion, at least. What is Enigma? I think Enigma is like ICT's algorithm that he said runs the market, from my memory. So yeah, that's what Enigma is, or at least that's my understanding of it. Like the thing is, like you can spend your lifetime learning about the markets, but the outcome will always be random, and you're always going to be disappointed because you're expecting the wrong things from trading. That's something I learned because I I get very bothered when I think I have like a side of me that's like perfectionist, and that's just perfectionism in the market is just impossible, or at least in my opinion. If you got a system that's like perfect, then damn, you know. But I'm very certain if someone had like 100% win rate strategy or model or some sort, like they would not be sharing it. But yeah, once again, if you're in the private community and you're having issues with your uh membership, then feel free to reach out to me and we can deal with it. But as for any new members, it is currently closed. Oh, I see. Yeah, ICT is an interesting guy. I think I honestly think he just does it. Like he's just trolling. Like he has to be. No way he's like serious about some things he says. Yeah, exactly, Miley. If I trade only unicorn or 5 minute chart, how many trades to expect? 9:30 to 11:10. I couldn't tell you. Every week is different, right? But usually when I used to use it, I got like two or three setups per week. So you don't trade the unicorn model anymore? I still do. I just trade SMTs because I found that SMTs are the beginning and end of every trend. That mean it's the turning point of every market maker model. There's SMT there. And so if you can spot that, then you can spot any other entry model. My go-to setup right now is I would say it's higher time frame key level, intermediate term time frame market maker model, lower time frame market maker model, and my entry confirmation. Personally, my favorite is true market structure shift. Are there different types of SMTs? Yes, there are a lot of different types of SMTs, to my knowledge at least. Let me read the chat. If we get valid 1 hour S&P on the highs during the session, will that convince you to have a bearish bias? That that would pretty much confirm it, Rocket. My intermediate term time frame is 1 minute. Should my middle time or lower time frame is 1 minute? Your intermediate term time frame can be the 15-minute or 5 minute. But if you want to use traditional time frame alignment, then this would be 15 minute. Can you teach them, or where can I learn about them? I'll think about it. Honestly, I don't know. I I'm just not really in a teaching mood. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna sit here and like answer questions and stuff. But I'm just what's my current bias? I don't really have one. I was bullish from this 1 hour SMT on the lows, bearish from that 4 hour SMT on the highs. So right now I'm just waiting to see if this 4 hour SMT can get confirmed on the highs. You ready for a potential reversal at the highs? Uh, yeah, possibly. Honestly, I still think these lows look so good. If this is a market maker sell, but we'd need some sort of confirmation on the highs first. So I think we're gonna wait for at least 11 o'clock today, because within 5 minutes it doesn't look like it's gonna push all the way up here. Definitely not the cleanest price action for my model, but I think for just a market maker model, like yeah, it looks pretty good. for are we about to form SMT London High in the next 4 minutes? Yeah, good look at that actually. Too. Asia or London session if the setup was good. So the SMT London highs. The thing is like, yes, it's technically there. The only thing I'm a little cautious about is we already took out all the sell side, right? So if you're looking at SMT as the beginning of, you know, some sort of market maker model, there's honestly not much to refer to here. Like the narrative doesn't make sense to me. Of course it could happen. Like that is the model technically, but the narrative is just there's not much like liquidity. Like if you shorted from, you know, last night Asia session, like that looks great because you have all of this liquidity resting here, right? But if we were short right now, we really have not much. We don't have much to target. Maybe those lows, but you don't really usually see price just do that. But yeah, I can definitely see what you guys are talking about. How do you know when the market wants to do a reversal? When you have stacked SMTs, or usually it's higher time frame, and then that'll be your directional SMT, and then you look for momentum SMTs from there, right? I think that price is just gonna be a little harder to anticipate, in my opinion, because elections are coming up. Like this to me is just higher time frame chop. That's why I'm not really like just jumping in right now. I'm sure there's people that can trade this, but for me personally, it's like my model is just low probability right now. Only thing I can see is this market maker model on the higher time frame. Like this is the only narrative that makes sense to me as of right now. If we were to go for these lows, we have a 4 SMT here, right? I need to see intraday confirmation before I can really do anything. And on an intraday level, it just doesn't look very pretty. 90-minute SMT on the lows. Yes, there is a 5-minute SMT. However, what I would say is if you're paying attention to your range, is this something you want to long? Yeah, let's see what this next hourly candle wants to do. I think that's gonna be the best indication for me whether I should just hop off the charts or not. Because right now there's nothing that really interests me. Do you still have Monday calls with STVP? No, I don't. Those have been stopped. I pretty much just do trade journals. That's about it. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll probably be focusing more on SCB moving forward rather than my private community because I think having a low ticket community just like it just brings in some bad apples, you know? How do how do you realize your bias is wrong? Uh, you realize your bias is wrong by having clear invalidation zones. So, okay, let's put it into perspective. Okay, let's say we're in a market maker. Okay, I think that we're in a market maker buy model here. Okay, so what's the invalidation here? If we're inside a higher time frame key level. Well, the invalidation for me is okay, I'm bullish here and I'm looking for higher prices. What's the invalidation? If we trade below these lows or if we trade below the higher time frame key level. So if I'm expecting this to be the target because that's the origin consolidation, this is the distribution phase, or money reversal, that's what I'm expecting. Once we take out that first distribution phase, and we just plummet through, close below this higher time frame key level, then I know my idea is for sure invalidated because we had this massive displacement lower. So what I'm going to look for is a new key level here to kind of form a market maker sell model, right? To continue the higher time frame trend because now we have a new we're still referring to the same higher time frame key level. It's just now we've inverted it with that massive invalidation, and that's how you know your bias is wrong and it's time to flip. That makes sense. So you just have to have clear invalidation levels. What is SCB? That's Jesse's private mentorship. What's happening? Are you not gonna have the private community? I'm thinking about it. I really am because I don't know. I'll update you guys with the team's decision. Make the private community as referrals only will get better people in a tighter community. Yeah, that's also good, Archie. Good recommendation. Or 1 hour 15 minute. Yeah, so just wait for this hourly candle to confirm first, and then I think from there that'll be pretty good. Hello, would you recommend joining Jesse's mentorship? Yeah, honestly, for myself, like my own experience, I had a really good experience with his mentorship. So, personally, yes, I would recommend it. And honestly, I haven't heard anyone that's had a bad experience with that mentorship. I think it's like maybe one out of like 500 people had a bad experience. And I think that speaks volumes. So, I think it's worth it. They're just I don't know. In my opinion, it's like his mentorship provides literally every single resource you need to become profitable. And as long as you take advantage of them, you're gonna become profitable. Because I don't know, Jesse's like the greatest thing I like about him is he walks the walk. He doesn't just talk. He actually does it live in front of all of us. What do you think about Price action before U.S. elections. I think it probably be like choppier price action. Um, because the market is uncertain overall. Or at least that's what I think. And it's not even just elections, right? It's like elections and we're going straight into the winter months. So winter months, December, January, or even mid-November is like that's where you start to see some worse price action already. So I'm not expecting too much. This is honestly like starting to be the end of the year where traders are just wrapping up their P&Ls and stuff, their taxes, preparing for the next year, going vacations. Who's Jesse? Jesse is Casper SMC. Which year did I start trading ICT? 2022. July 2000. Was it? Yeah, July. No, June. Either June or July 2022. How to stop FOMO? Um, have a clear setup. Honestly, just have a clear setup. Have a clear model. If it's not there, then you can't FOMO. Right? There's nothing to miss out on if your model's not there. Think of it like that. Is there any setup right now? Not that I know of. At least for my model. What's your bias for the day? Currently, honestly, I'd start. Yeah, I'm starting to lean bearish now. I wonder how this daily candle's developing. This is interesting for sure. Starting to lean bearish though because of this hourly candle. If we can get an SMT on the highs. Yeah, exactly. But you're gonna have to wait at least until 11. And I'm probably gonna hop off here at 10:30 because that's when I just go to the gym usually. I think 10:30 is usually when I just hop off, to be honest, and then just do whatever I need to get done for the day. Yeah, so I didn't catch the 1 hour SMT because there was no confirmation on the lower time frame, right? So you did have it. Okay, one is it was such a shallow SMT that I did not want to use it personally. I thought it was just like it was like one or a few points like underneath, and I was like, okay, that's already sus in itself. We didn't have any lower time frame cycle SMTs either to give us the confirmation, and that's why I also did not look for a long here. And by the time we have this 5 minute SMT here, do we even have that? We don't even have it yet. Price is already all the way up here, so there was no way for me to get in terms of my model. So that's why I kind of just stayed sidelined for this whole move. But how many times you failed funded challenges? Because I failed many times, bro. I've failed a lot. A lot, like double digit. Maybe actually, I don't even know if I failed. Yeah, I would say like double, like maybe 50, like 50 evals, 60 evals, right? So you got room. I'm I fail a lot, but it's about what we do about those failures, right? What are you learning every time you fail a challenge? How are you improving yourself every time you fail a challenge? Yeah, like that's just the truth of my journey, right? It's like I've probably failed over 50 challenges, and I've also lost over 50 funded accounts. You know what I mean? It's just, and that's how it is. I fail, I learn, move on. Fail, I learn, I move on. Keep doing that. Beginner trading, I am giving away accounts, but there's criteria to it. I'm not just giving it away to like just random selection. It's you have to actually, it's on my Twitter if you want to go look at it, but Basically, I'm just giving away accounts to people that are able to show me consistency through their journals. Like, you guys can DM me your journals if you want. And if you can show me consistency through your journals and then you do like a paper trading account, then yeah, I'll give you a free account. But other than that, it's like if you're just, let's say you're new to trading or something, like I'm not just gonna give you an account because the probability of you passing is extremely low if there's no credibility or any work behind it. Am I religious? Yeah, I'm a Christian. You can you can create a Twitter beginners trading. You can DM me on either Discord or Twitter. Yeah, I'll send you the post, and then you can read through all the criteria that you need. So that's the link. If you guys want free accounts, then that's the way to go. At least for me. I mean, you guys can always enter other people's giveaways where they just give it away to people, but for mine, I'm gonna make you work for it because I feel like if I just gave away accounts, they'd just probably gamble it away and lose it. So I want to find people that are actually deserving. What time are you at the charts and look for trades? I look for trades between 7 a.m. and 11:45 a.m. usually. But if I were to like narrow that down even more, I would say 9 a.m. to 10:30, 11 latest. That's like usually the sweet spot of looking for trades. Oh, I just realized 9 a.m. to 10:30 lines perfectly with Q3. That's great. What I see 2022 mentorship talk about, I have no clue. I did not watch that. You have a mentorship program? I do, but it's currently closed to new members. And that and when I will reopen it is to be determined. I don't know. I don't know which SMT to respect. When it's within a higher time frame key level, have an intermediate term time frame market maker model narrative, and then you have a lower time frame market maker model narrative. That's how you know. It all comes down to narrative at the end of the day, and at least for me, it's about narrative. How about the existing member that just joined? Yeah, I also will. That is to be determined. I need to discuss it with the team. Honestly, because it is a big decision, right? It's like I put a lot of work into this, but well, I'll update you guys. Market maker model apply in any pair. Yep, any market maker models are there. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a candle closure. Just confirm what's going on here. I'm not just gonna blindly short because of 1 minute displacement. Do you trade in December? No, I don't, honestly. Probably just gonna take December, January off myself. Start the new year fresh with the reset mentality. You know what I'm saying? This year has been exhausting. I cannot lie. I didn't realize how exhausting teaching would be. Because I'm on the clock like 24/7. And it's like, what's the point of me learning how to trade if I can't give myself freedom, right? So, um, yeah. Start trading in February. Honestly, it's like maybe like mid January. It really depends on the conditions of the market, right? So, the main thing for me to pay attention to, knowing when to trade is the higher time frame. So it's like, what's going on? It's like, is this clean? Is it clear? Like we can already see, like we're starting to create these wiki candles on the weekly chart. You know what I mean? So daily consolidations. Like if it's clean, then I'll look for it. But if the higher time frames are extremely unclear, like that's when I just decide to deem it as quote unquote low probability conditions. You know what I mean? What's the most you've made in a month of trading, if you don't mind me asking? The largest amount I've ever made was 22K. How's looking good now? I still want to wait for candle closure for confirmation. Just I don't know. After such a large expansion higher, you'd expect at least maybe like a lower time from consolidation, manipulation, SMT, look for lower prices after that. Then that would make sense to me. But I don't typically like to just you've straight push higher. If it was straight push higher like this, then I don't typically just look for a straight push lower like that. You know what I mean? Unless it makes sense, it's like a part of the lower time frame. Then that makes sense. But if it's the higher time frame, I don't see that. Or usually I don't see that. It's kind of like this example right here, right? If you look at Monday, October 14, push higher, and then we got consolidation, and then create cracking correlation to the highs, right? Previous day high SMT, that's where we cut our short. Then that makes sense because expansion, consolidation, or retracement into reversal or expansion, right? Here we had a reversal. After the expansion, what happened? We have consolidation, manipulation, and then we have after expansion, consolidation. What do you expect? Either reversal or expansion. Well, in this case, we had that SMT on the low, so I'm looking for higher prices. And so as of right now, we have another SMT on the highs right now, so I'm just waiting for this to confirm what it's trying to do. How did you start trading? I started trading because I took a fat loss in crypto. that, that's the honest truth. Um, yeah, during the crypto bull run, I round tripped like 140K, and I was very depressed after that. Then after some months, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to do this for real. And that's when I got into it. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people got into trading low key. It's just that round tripping crypto. You work with alarms on the chart only for swing ideas. Majority of the times not though. You use order flow to determine high probability. Yes, I always use order flow. If you're trading ICT, you're always using either order flow. Or do you mean like the order flow charts kind of thing? If you're talking about like the order flow chart, then no. I didn't lose 150K. I put in like 30K, and then I went up to 140K, and then after the crash, I lost 140K. So I guess you could say like I lost 30K, like realized P&L. In my eight, I'm 23. Yeah, then if you're talking about that kind of order flow, like institutional order flow in ICT concepts, then yes, that's if you're trading ICT, then yes, you use order flow always because you're paying attention to market structure, you're paying attention to PD arrays, and you're paying attention to liquidity pools. Um, is this 5 minute for valid gets respected? Would it be bad to look for a short? I think there's no like clear confirmation on the higher time frames yet, so I wouldn't be looking for it to be honest. How did you even have 30K to begin with? I used to sell mining rigs in crypto, so I would just build them and then sell them, and then it's from like savings. There's also some of my dad's money as well. What if YM takes the previous day low? I invalidated. If YM takes previous day low, I would just turn off my charts and head off. Honestly, like at this point, if I have to second guess myself this many times, I automatic low probability condition for myself. I'm hopping off. You know what I mean? And I determine order flow by looking at where price lastly delivered from. Like, yeah, you could do that for sure. Sure, Rosela. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Sorry if I butchered it. Yeah, I didn't trade today. Yeah. Do you also teach on STB? Sometimes. I sometimes teach on STB, but majority of the times not really. But I think moving forward, I probably will more because if I have more time to focus on STB, then I definitely will be. What are your biggest lessons and growth from teaching others in the last year? I think you learn and grow faster from teaching others. Mm, biggest lessons is don't accept everyone as your student. Not everyone's as committed as the other. But just like in general, like I think my understanding of my model just like got better. Understanding of psychology got better for sure. Teaching others, like seeing them go through what I went through multiple times over and over and over again, really helps me like realize the perspective. Do you think November is a good time to trade? Because from backtesting, I see it as terrible. I usually stop by midway November, and that's what ICT taught us to do as well. So that's usually when I just hop off. But yeah. How do you identify the right SMT on intermediate time frame and determine a good entry without any doubt? So the doubt part is just it comes down to backtesting and understanding your model, and then the right SMT is is there a higher time frame key level that the SMT is being formed from, and does it make sense? Is there a clean market maker model for you to even target, for you to even trade? That's what I'm usually looking at. Where do you live? I live in the Toronto area. Do you use 4 hour PD raise or 1 hour PD raise as higher time frame? You can, but typically I don't really use my 1 hour PD raise as higher time frame. I usually minimum 4 hour. But with that said, I think I'm probably gonna head out here. It's already 10:30, and it really I don't want to just sit here and end up FOMOing in or something. So I'm gonna just go do my daily routine, go to gym, and I recommend all of you get some exercise in as well. You've been sitting here with me for a while. It's good to just get up, stretch, go for a walk, go for a run, do something, go get some food if you need to. Like take care of your body first, right? And make sure your mental health is in check too. Like you shouldn't be death staring your chart right now, like, oh, is there a short? Is there a short? Is there a short? Like if you're doing that, like you gotta get off, bro. But yeah. All right. Type one if you guys are satisfied with the stream as always. Type two if you have any additional questions before I head out here. Yeah, I'll give you guys let's see, 2 minutes to type some questions if you have any. All right. On that note, take care, everyone, and have a great day. Thank you for joining the stream as always. I'll be live on YouTube tomorrow. I'll be live on YouTube on Wednesday, and I'll be live on YouTube on Friday. So, see you guys throughout the whole week pretty much. So, take care, everyone.